Hey guys, welcome back to Bry's Randomness. I'm your host, Bryant. Be sure to hit the like button, smash that like button, helps me get in the algorithm. Subscribe, comment down below, share it to at least 3 people you know if you are new. Today we're talking about the She-Hulk, going attorney at law, giving my spoiler review, so I'm going all spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet, get out of here, come back later, check this video out. Join my Discord in the link in the description. We talk all things Marvel. Follow me on all my socials. I'm very available to anyone. Holler me in my DMs, anything. So without further ado, let's get into this. Spoilers in 3, 2, and 1. So the show starts off with news coverage of, what happened at the end of the last episode about, Jennifer Walters turning into She-Hulk, and they're talking about Titania. They say she's a superpowered influencer, which was funny, but she ended up winning her case, and the opposing law firm didn't think it was fair because, he pretty much saved the jury's life and all that, and, they were biased towards her, and, she won because of that. So we go to, they're celebrating her, and they want She-Hulk to come out. They're chanting, She-Hulk, 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 and then she turns into She-Hulk. Like, the whole town is pretty much celebrating her. So they're pretty much celebrating the whole time. And then her boss comes up to her. And, he's like, this is serious. I got to talk to you. So she goes back down to Jen for him, and she had been drunk. And, we know that Jen can handle being drunk like She-Hulk can. So she falls on the ground. But he ends up firing her just because of what happened and all that. It was just like, okay, whatever. But it was like a lot of funny scenes. Dude comes up to her and says like, a dude just going up to him and just saying something, and sees another girl and is like, oh, I gotta go talk to it. And it's like, oh man, it was kind of messed up. And from there, we go to her and her friend, I think at her place, and she's like looking for jobs and all that. And this big moment right here, I think you could easily miss it, but it's like a web page, and it's talking about it's like describing Wolverine, which is massive. I'm gonna go in depth with another video about Wolverine being in the MCU already. It was like, you hear a bar, and you hear like I think it was like metal arm or whatever. Like, not a metal arm, but like, his you know what I mean, Wolverine, and it's describing him, and it's in a bar, and like a bar fight or whatever, and it's like, I forget what you call him, I can't think of it right now. But then we get our first mention also in the same thing. Our first mention is like, is anybody going to talk about like the thing, the Celestial, his arm sticking out? But we finally got a mention of that. That was major. I'll just, put the image up because I can't think of like exactly what it was, how they worded it. So they basically mentioned the Celestial at the end of Eternals. Finally, something little like that. It was like, all right, it's about time y'all mention it in the MCU. And then we got a mention of Wolverine, and we know we have have a mutant in Kamala Khan. More mutants out there. It's like, okay, are they not going to go with an origin with Wolverine? Things are getting interesting. I'm liking it. So she then goes to her parents, and like they know that she got fired, and like her dad is like, he told the family and not to mention it and all that, and her is it her cousin or her brother says like, heard you got fired or whatever. He mentions it anyway, like, what? And it's like, he talks about, I'm now a manager at Best Buy and all. It's like, this stuff is like, what? And it's like family banter, and it's like weird. And then her dad, brings her aside, and talks to her, which is pretty cool to see. He's pretty much checking up on her. So after that, she did. Oh, no, let me go back. I didn't. No. Okay, then we go to her job offer she got from the firm that was complaining about her and that thought it was unfair for her. And then he said he's got like a separate division for her and all that. So then she goes to visits that office, and he tells her she's got to take on Emil Blonsky's case, Abomination. So she's like, conflicting, I don't know. Then she goes visits the DODC. Major. I'm loving the connections in this show already, this series. I'm loving it, Marvel. We're getting back to the old ways, the connectivity of the MCU, the DODC, and of course, that's where Abomination is locked up. So she goes down and she sees Emil Blonsky. He's not Abomination, and he gives a compelling argument about him, man, how he's changed, and he thought he was gonna be, a super soldier and like Captain America. And he gets a little emotional in this right here. And he's talked about how he's like really calmed down and, known how to tamper down Abomination. And I'm liking this, Thunderbolt setup. We're definitely going towards Thunderbolts. I'm liking it. The connectivity, I'm loving it, Marvel. So she then calls Bruce Smart Hulk. She calls him and she's pretty much talking, just giving reasons why she's going to take the case, and not, saying, not asking, but she's just talking to him the whole time, yada, yada, yada. And then he said, it's okay, because he sent him not a memoir, but dang it, I can't think of it. I watched it like earlier this morning. I'm going to watch it again after this, but a haiku. He sent him that. He was talking, Emil Blonsky was talking about haikus and all that. And he actually sent him one. It's not even, I'm all over the place, guys. But he sent him that. And then the whole time he's like, yeah, you know what? It's all right. And then blah, 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 blah. He's on the ship. He's going to Sakaar. So I'm thinking, he's on the ship, taking off. World War Hulk, we are going there. We are getting there, and I'm loving it. I'm loving the connectivity. It's happening step by step by step by step. I'm loving it. And I think that's where we're going. World War Hulk, and, we're going to see his son Scar by the end of this this series. I don't know. I'm getting pumped about it. But I think we're definitely headed towards World War Hulk, whether that be a 4-part series, a film. There's been conflicting reports that, Marvel has got the rights back from Universal for the Hulk, or, they haven't yet, and yada, yada, yada. It might be a Disney Plus show because of things are kind of weird. So, and then going back to the mutants, I don't know how they're going to introduce them, but I hope they use, like, some of the Fox, or not recast some of the Fox X-Men characters. I can save that for later in the later video. But things are starting to connect, and and then she calls him back, and the boss back, and tells him she's gonna take the job, and he's like, okay, good luck. And then he says turn on the TV, turns on the TV, and we see the underground fighting he's been doing at during Shang-Chi. So this is sometime during and a little maybe after Shang-Chi. I'm liking the connectivity again. So, and that's where the episode ends. Post-credit was pretty funny. She's doing pretty much handiwork for her family. And, how they're deciphering the differences between, I feel like they're doing it on purpose. Like, just the differences between She-Hulk and Jennifer. Like, just the whole entire difference. Like, just the way, and just like stuff she wears and all that. It's like, I think they're doing that on purpose. But yeah, that's the episode. So I'd rate it. I rate them on a scale of 1 to 5, and I give it a 2.5 out of 5, 3 out of 5. Not a bad episode. It actually went by pretty fast. But, I think it's an enjoyable episode. This is like, pretty much the first episode, really. Because the last episode, it's like her pretty much turning into She-Hulk and this, that, and the other. But this feels like we're getting to it. We're getting to it. And I'm excited for the rest of this series and what may come, what possibilities we can have, who we can see. We know Daredevil's coming at some point. Excited to see him. And yes, that's my review for She-Hulk Attorney at Law episode 2. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What'd you think of this episode? What do you rate it on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, wherever you rate your scale is of rating? And do you think we're going towards World War Hulk? What do you think about Wolverine? That Wolverine hint, the Celestial hint, and all that. So you guys let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to smash that like button. Comment down below. Share it to at least 3 people you know if you're new. Join my Discord in the link in description. We talk all things Marvel. And follow me on all my socials. And that's about it. And I'm thinking, you know, I was planning on, you know, doing watch party for this. I'm going to do it next week for episode 3. I'm just working out the kinks of the, you know, watch party stuff, live streaming stuff, and understanding that. So when I do, be patient with me because I don't live stream often. So that's a little update on that. So without further ado, till next time, love and peace. We out.